What's going on, guys? It's your boys. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. He's got a better way of doing it than me. Anyway, how we doing, little drippers? Hope everyone's all right. Hope everyone's having a good day. Better day than me. Into the football again. Why do I do it? Why do I do it? Go every flipping week, and every week they let you down. Although they did do better this week. We scored a couple of goals, which we don't do very often. Yeah, lost again. Never mind. Anyway, hope everyone's okay. Hope everyone's doing well. We've got a few people watching, which is good. And hope everyone can hear. I have played around with the audio. I've played around with the software a little bit. The fingers crossed it'll be a little bit smoother than it was on Tuesday, which wasn't the best. I'm going to be honest. There was lots of echoing and horrible noises. So hopefully we're a little bit better today. Anyway, thank you for joining. If you are watching me on the repeat, which sounds really weird because repeating, having repeats is just weird. That sounds like I'm on UK Gold or something, which if you're in America, you've got no idea what that is, which I appreciate, but there we go. Yeah, reruns, repeats, whatever we're going to call it. Yeah, so if you're watching on the repeat, welcome. I'm having a beer because I need one after the football. So cheers, everybody. And we've got quite a bit to go through today. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to talk about the Animal Farm after the launch. So we've had the launch 4 days ago. It's 4 days. That's flown by, isn't it? Really. So yeah, it's. We'll talk about the Animal Farm. We'll talk about drip. Because there's a lot of questions about drip and what's happening with drip at the moment. So we'll talk about that. I'm going to buy some dogs. I'm going to do that on screen so you can see. Well, I'm going to be fully open and transparent and show you that I'm going to buy some dogs. And we'll talk through what I'm going to do with that. So yeah, it's got a few things to go through. And then Forex, I can get Telegram to stay up. Actually, give me a sec. Let me just open Telegram while I think of it, because I should have done that earlier. Where is it? There it is. So if I can get Telegram to stay open, there's a couple of things that Forex has put on as well. So yeah, we're good to go. It's exciting. It's very, very exciting. I know someone who is very excited.
I'm like so excited, dying, texting all my friends.
I told you. See, I told you I've been playing around with some things. Hope that worked. There we go. Right, so I'll get that up in a minute. Yeah, so Kim's very excited. She loves a bit of Little Dripper. That's bad again, isn't it? I've got to stop doing things like that. Anyway, before we get into what we're going to talk about, usual bits and pieces I just do need to say. Please remember, everything I'm going to talk about today is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Do I look like a financial advisor? No, I don't. I'm some geezer who's worked out how to stream on YouTube, and I'm showing you what I'm doing and hoping that you get some benefit from it. And if you do, then that's all well and good. If you're going to invest or you're thinking of investing into anything at all, whether it be cryptocurrency or whatever it might be, always make sure you do your own research and make sure you understand exactly what you're doing before you invest. But with that out of the way, let's have a look at where we are. So, a couple of people who are watching, let me know where you are in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are after 4 days into the Animal Farm. So we're 4 days in. We are the homepage. 120, that's gone up again. So I logged on about, 15 minutes ago. And we were 120 million TVL, or just over 120 million TVL. So unless I've got a lag somewhere, that's gone up 9 million in about 15 minutes, which seems a bit odd. Maybe there was a bit of a lag. Maybe I might have missed something. I don't know. But yeah, 129 million. So again, if you remember on the launch day, things went a bit crazy, and we were at, just under 500 million after about an hour, and everybody was getting really, really excited, and we're like, what's going on here? And it turned out it wasn't displaying correctly. I mean, the dog's B&B farm had a ridiculous amount of money in there, so there was an error with the UI, but they've corrected that, so this is right now. But 129 million, I mean, that's really, really good for 4 days in. Yeah, we were at 48 million when we were pre-launch. So That's a good bump or good increase. That's really nice. Griptopian, my thought. Oh, Griptopian, evening, sir. Wolves are wrecked. Yeah. Best thing about the day was the beer. It was. I'm still carrying on with the San Miguel, mates. Sewell Boy 14, nice to see you. Cheers to you, Sue. 2 even. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, so the TVR's gone up. That's good. I wanted to start off by talking about my pig pen. So, I thought I showed this. When was it? Tuesday night. I talked about it Wednesday, but you probably couldn't hear because the audio was completely mucked up. So hopefully it's better today. But anyway, yeah, I was talking about my pig pen. Now, I've only got 3 pigs. I bought the 3 pigs a couple of months ago. We were talking about $60, $70 when I bought them. So price wise, I'm doing all right. You know, I've already doubled my money in pigs, so that's good for me. I staked them in the pig pen. And the thing to understand with pigs is if you own pigs and you stake them in the pig pen, you own a part of this whole system, this whole ecosystem, the farms, the pools. You own part of it, and you're going to get paid rewards based on the transactions that go through. So again, if you are little dripper like me, and you haven't got a huge amount to put in, if you can get a pig, then that is your ownership of, or your part ownership of this system, and you're going to get paid rewards. Now I'm going to show you this. This was my pig pen. Get it in the middle. There we go. So this was my pig pen on the 31st of October. This was the day before the launch. So you can see I had just under 7 cents, or yeah, just under 7 cents in claimable BUSD and 0.006 pigs. And that had been sat in there or building up for, I'm probably going to say 6-7 weeks. So yeah, there hadn't. I mean, to be fair, Forex had been saying there wasn't a lot that's going to be happening with the pig pen because there's nothing going on with the farms. So that's just been sat doing nothing really, but just adding a little bit. Anyway, you can see where we are now. So 4 days in, my 3 little pigs have earned me $2.74 and 0.016 of a pig. I'm going to discount that because that's next to nothing, isn't it? So basically, it's earned me $2.74 and 0.16 pigs. Now, first of all, you ain't going to get that in the bank account. I mean, what 3 pigs is what, 450, well, just over $300. Yeah, it's $370, something like that. You ain't going to get that in the bank account to $2.74, $2.74 in a couple of days. This is 4 days, remember? So my plan with this, I mean, I'm blown away with that. I know it's only $2.74, and that that's not going to make me a millionaire, retire, whatever. It's not going to buy me my Lamborghini. But what it will do is it will allow me some time to build up this balance, and then I can compound or I can claim. So my plan, my thought at the moment anyway, is, and I spoke about this earlier at the football, is to compound. So I will basically add all of this back into my pig pen. So just to build it back up again. That's my thought process at the minute, because even if you just get a little bit in pigs, it just increases the amount that you're going to get the rewards. And again, let's be fair, this is 4 days in. All the transactions are it's still building up. It's still taking time to all feed through. The taxes are all taking a while to feed through. This is going to take time, and this is just going to get bigger and bigger. Again, if you listen to Forex last night, he's going to explain it. It's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. This is just the start. So $2.74 in 4 days. I was chuffed to bits with that. So I'm going to my plan at the moment is to let this build up, I don't know, maybe about a week or something like that, and then compound it, and then build it up another week, and then compound it. The other plan, if you got to the point where you're getting a bit low on your gas fees, or you fancied a bit more drip, you can claim your rewards. You can stick your pigs back in here, but you can take your BUSD out, and a week's worth. We were talking about this again earlier on. A week's worth. That's a drip at current prices, and then you can auto compound into your drip. So that's my thought with my pig pen. And again, I think it's just making sure that people understand the importance of pigs. And I've just realised I haven't pressed my button to show you my screen. I've just been waffling on for the last 10 minutes and you haven't seen my screen. See, novice, there we go. Anyway, here's my pig pen. And here's the photograph I was talking about 5 minutes ago. So this is my BUSD and this is my pig rewards from the day before, just to prove I wasn't selling porkies. Porkies, pigs. Oh dear, never mind. So yeah, so this was the day before, and this is where we are now. So I'm chuffed to bits with that, and that's my plan. It's to allow this to build up and then to claim or compound, sorry, and just let this build up, because every little pig helps. That sounds weird as well, doesn't it? Every little pig helps. So every little bit you can put into pigs really helps build up this balance, and it will build up quicker. Just like drip does, it will start to build up. It will start to build up. And when these transactions start building up through the farms, I think it's really going to help as well. So I'm really excited about that. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with my pig pen and the number of pigs that I've got. As I say, I've only got 3. That's going to start going up, and it'll start going up pretty quickly, I think, once we start compounding. So give that another few days. I'm going to compound it in. And I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to, again, I'll put it all on camera. You can see it all, and you can record, follow what I'm doing. So that's my pig pen. That's job 1. My piggy bank, that unlocked about 2 hours ago. So I can now do what I like with my piggy bank. So, I mean, we've got this ridiculous number here, which doesn't really mean anything. But my calculation is that this is paying me approximately just under $3 a day. And again, my thought at the moment is I've been compounding pretty much every day for the last, how long did I stake it for? I can't remember. It's got to be 3 months. Might be more than that. Can't remember. I'll have to look back. So my thought at the minute is to, again, keep on compounding and keep building this up for 5 days. And then 2 days a week, I'm going to take the LPs, split them, and put the pigs into my pig pen and use the BUSD to either buy drip or, again, let the BUSD build up and maybe buy some more pigs. I'm not sure. But that's my thought. Yeah, the pigs are definitely going in here in the pig pen. And then the BUSD, depends how much there is, and obviously on prices and things like that. But that's my thought at the minute. So that's in terms of the pig pen and the piggy bank, that's where I'm going to be starting. And that's how a basic way, I suppose, maybe start to think about using the farms. We'll get back to the farms in a minute, the actual farms themselves. But the animal farm itself, that's just a very simple way to start thinking about using the pig pen and the piggy bank together, work in conjunction with each other, and start building up your pigs. So pigs is your ownership of the ecosystem. A sec. Oh, love San Miguel. So yeah, the more pigs I can get, the better. Again, as a little dripper, I'm not wading hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars in. That's don't have the funds to do that. But I'm aiming this channel, as you all know, to people like me who are trying to build up a little bit and maybe get to that point where we can think about retiring a little bit earlier than maybe we might have been able to. So, we got a question. So, Deal Boy, bro, I need to know this question. How tied in is the Drip Scratches Tickets Chainlink partnership in Denver, Colorado lottery system? I know it's something that Forex has talked about, that they were using Chainlink. How tied in is it? I can't answer that question. It's something that they're going to be using, or they were planning to use Chainlink. When you say tied in, I suppose what do you mean by tied in? Maybe you can clarify, but I don't know whether I'm the right person to ask that question. You would need to go to Forex for that. Yeah. Anyway, so there we go. So we were talking about pig pen and piggy bank. That's my thoughts, and that's my plan. right now. Have a quick check on the drip price. We'll come back to drip in a bit. So where are we? Drip price, I think, has had a bit of a dip today. We've had a big sell earlier on. I was looking earlier on, and somebody dumped about $4,000 worth. Yeah, there we go, $4,000 worth of drip. A lot of sales going on here. Some of them, I mean, selling 0.19 drip, 86 cents. Maybe somebody testing it out, maybe like I did earlier in the year. Maybe, I'm not sure. It seems a bit. I don't know. That's just, I can't get my head around some of these sales. But anyway, people need to sell. That's fine. That's their prerogative. I suppose they do see the price going down. They are thinking about that. But so I'm not worried about the price at all. I still think drip is a solid buy for me. And I might even think about getting some more. I'm even tempted to get some more now, even though I'm thinking about doing something else in a minute. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. So yeah, it's the drip price has had a bit of a hit, but again, it had that sell and it's just held steady. I'm not bothered about the price. Again, I always think about where this is going in the future. So again, we'll talk about that a bit later on. But my faucet, I am at 314 drip now. Again, if you remember, I started with 1.24 way back in January. So I've compounded loads. I've compounded pretty much, certainly for the last 3 months, I've been compounding pretty much every day. And I've DCA'd in bits and bobs here and there. So yeah, building that up from 1.24 to 314, chuffed to bits. And I'll keep on doing it. I'll keep on compounding. I might even compound on camera in a minute. Yeah, if I get that built, it depends on I want to get to over 3 really, but we'll see. So, how's everybody feeling about Animal Farm anyway? The people who are watching, how are you feeling about it? Are you excited? Are you in drip? Are you in the farms? Are you in the pools? Are you in none of it? Are you thinking about getting in? Are you not sure about it? You don't know how any of it works? Just let me know what you think. And if you've got any questions, I'll try and answer them as best I can. But yeah, I think it was a really, really good launch. I know there's been a few problems with a couple of wallets, accessing them from mobiles and things like that. But again, there's things in place now. If you can't get into anything, go on Telegram. So again, you'll see it on the bottom here. Scroll down here. You've got the links to the bottom here. All links at the bottom. If you go on Telegram, I think if you don't know, it's this one here. You'll find answers to basically pretty much all the questions that you've got. And if you're struggling to get onto the site, I think there are people who've been struggling with the drip site in particular, who've been trying to hydrate, or some people have anyway. I've got a couple of people with MetaMask wallets on mobiles. They set up a separate site that you can log into now, a beta site or a beta site, beta, better. So yeah, so you might want to try that. But again, if you go on Telegram, there's lots of places that you can get help. You can ask questions. The Telegram site is really, really good. People do help each other out. So I highly recommend that if you are stuck, still trying to get into the site or struggling anywhere. Or again, if you ask here, and we'll see if we can help. While I think of it, I do want to say happy birthday to my old man. His birthday is today, 5th of November. He always gets excited because 5th of November always thinks that they're celebrating his birthday when the fireworks go off. So again, if you are listening, watching, and you can hear bangs and crashes going off in the background, we haven't blown the kitchen up. It's firework night here in the UK, which means that we're celebrating we're celebrating Guy Fawkes Night, which is, I don't know which, was it 16th or 17th century? Basically, Guy planned to blow up Parliament and they stopped it. So we're celebrating stopping a terrorist act by letting off fireworks. So there's lots and lots going on around there's obviously kids, families with kids and stuff around the street. So they'll be letting off fireworks. If you hear stuff, don't think that I'm gonna burn the house down. Well, I hope I'm not gonna burn the house down. You never know though. So yeah, happy birthday to my dad. I have too much beer. I went to the gym this morning. People don't believe I go to the gym, obviously, but I do. I go to the gym quite a lot. I went to the gym this morning and did my usual class, which I've been doing for. It's a high impact exercise class, which I've been doing aerobics. Sorry, which I've been doing for 20 years, 25 years, and I'm still waiting for the day when they keep saying it's going to get easier, and I've never got there. Every bloody day it's hard. So, but anyway, I went there this morning, and it was hard work. And I've got to stop drinking beer because it doesn't help with the gym. But I like my beer. So there we go. Anyway, let's before we get on to the farms and the garden and stuff. Actually, yeah, let's put some music on, because again, this is something else I managed to work out. I have figured out. Find it now. Well, it's ready, shouldn't I? I figured out how to play music through this as well, which is way better than it was before, because last time it was just one song going over and over and over again and getting on everyone's nerves, and that's not the music, that's the new. All the time, I opened the wrong one. So yeah, we'll get a bit of music on in the background, and we'll have a bit of a chill. Hopefully you can hear that. Ooh, that's a bit loud now. Let's turn that down a bit. There we go. No one likes my taste in music, but if it's too loud, let me know and I'll turn it down. But hopefully you can hear me. Turn it down just a tad. There we go. So yeah, so piggy bank and pig pen. I'm ticking over quite nicely there, and I'm chuffed to bits with where we are. And I'm just going to try and. My plan is to try and build that up. As I say, owning this whole system is just going to start earning benefits, I think. Turn that down again. Change the song because that's actually quite annoying, isn't it? There we go. Right. Right, mid-drip garden. Load up. On. Come on. There you go. Right. I'm going to be honest. I'm struggling with my drip garden a little bit. Action. Okay, right. Struggling with my drip garden a little bit. I mean, the decay is just murdering me right now. I'm still positive with it, in the sense that it will just keep paying. You know, there's no limit with this. It just keeps going, and I'll keep on compounding, and I'm going to keep on compounding. I'm getting about 20,000 plants a day, there or thereabouts. So it's going up quite quick. So I reckon, so where are we? We are a couple of weeks away from getting to 1 million plants. I don't think I've ever had 1 million of anything. So I'll be a millionaire in plants. So that's my. I'll keep on compounding. But again, yeah, my plan with this is to compound, maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 days, not sure, and then take a little bit out. Every now and again, split it up, put the drip into the faucet, and again use the BUSD to either gas fees or buy some more drip. With the prices at $4.18 or whatever it was, at the moment I'm thinking of just keeping to buy more drip and top that faucet up as much as I possibly can. That's the plan. So yeah, but the decay is, because the price is getting beat at the moment. The drip price is getting beaten up at the moment. The decay is not great. So yeah, it's hard work with the garden right now. I'm going to be honest, for me. People with bigger balances probably not so much. But yeah, I'm not losing faith with it. I'm still going to keep doing the right things. I always keep going on about doing the right things, and you know, the system is built to work in a certain way. Hydrating, compounding, claiming as little as you possibly can, claiming when you need to, claiming as little as you possibly can. Plowing it back in. If you do that, you're going to get rewarded. So I'm still going to keep on doing that as much as I can. But yeah, I am going to take bits and bobs out, mainly just to try and top the faucet up. I want to build this faucet up as quickly as I can. that obviously is the main play for everybody. Again, just my opinion, but most people will tell you that they believe the faucet is the main play for everybody. So that's my thought with the garden. Actually, do you know what? No, I'm going to wait till you get to 20,000 and I'll compound in a bit. That on for a good hour, so we'll get there pretty quickly. So yeah, there's loads going on. We haven't even got to the farms and the pools. We'll talk about the farms and the pools in a bit. But yeah, seeing this figure go up and up and up and just keep going up. Again, remember, we are just getting started. This is 4 days old. That's it. So it's just getting started. We're early into this. Pig's price had a nice pump today. So 127.96. It was 115, I think it was 111 this morning, something like that. Dogs again is just. Look. Again, use that nice steady rise. Again, this is something Forex has kept on saying. What you want to see is just a nice steady rise. This isn't a pump and dump. This isn't going to be, going 500% and then crash. This is what, for a long-term investment, this is what you want to see. You do want to see this steady rise. So that's good. And then pigs. Where are we? Again, this was this morning. Where are we? Yeah, so, I was about right. 118, 115. So, a nice little pump for pigs. That's good. So, again, it's just ticking over. And again, this is the thing. It's very, very early days, and that's what I really hope people remember, is it's just early days. So, I'm going to get into the farms and the pools, and what I'm going to do in a second, I'm going to buy some dogs before we leave this evening. I'm going to buy some dogs, and I'm going to stake them in the dog pound. I just wanted, again, just to remind everybody, there are some people who might be watching who don't know about all these tokens, don't know how this system works. So just a very, very brief, if you want to know, obviously the obvious thing to do is to read the documentation. That's imperative. If you even contemplate to get into something like this, go and read the documentation. But basically, you've got the animal farm, you've got pigs and dogs. Dogs are the workers. Dogs are going to earn you more dogs. That will earn you things like BNB, BUSD, which you can then decide what you want to do with. And you can also use the dogs to earn pigs. And pig token is the ownership of the system, as I mentioned earlier. So the more pigs you've got, the more you own of the system. Now, when we say the system, the farm is just a way for people to transact, buy and sell tokens, earn revenue, earn dividends. And again, if you remember, I'm a big fan of the film Trading Places. Love that film. Jamie Lee Curtis. Anyway, if you've ever watched that film, you will probably remember there's a scene where they sat down telling Eddie Murphy how it all works. And they're telling him, you can buy and sell orange juice, you can buy and sell gold, blah blah blah. And people put their orders in, and they do all these things. And that's basically what's happening in here. People are buying and selling, they're putting their orders in, and they're adding liquidity, and they're doing their thing with the farms. All the way through, they're paying fees, they're paying taxes to make all these transactions. And it's the fees. So the fees and the taxes are always paid, no matter what. Everyone pays them, whether you want to buy, whether you want to sell, whether you want to claim, whether you want to compound, whether you want to hydrate, whatever you do, you pay taxes. And this is the beauty of owning pigs. Pigs means that as an owner, you get a dividend or a share of those fees. And all these brokers, or whatever you want to call them, all these systems that are set up, all these, you've got your pancake swaps, and you've got Binance. Think about the people that make the money are the people that run these systems. This is what this is, and this is what you are an owner of, or a part owner of, if you've got pigs. So you've got the dog token, you've got the pigs token, which you can You can buy up here. The options to buy there if you choose to do so. And then you've got drip, which is another token that you can buy, which again, I've done lots of videos before. Drip is just another token where you can, again, you can just hold it if you want to, but most people choose to put it into the faucet, and you can again compound. I'm not going to go through all the ins and outs of how that works, because there's plenty of videos that I've done and others have done that show you how to do that. But again, the idea is, compound interest. It's all about compounding, compound interest being, was it Einstein? People reckon Einstein said it was the 8th wonder of the world. And it's, I mean, again, like I've said before, I went from 1.24 to 314 in less than a year. So, again, there's much bigger balances out there, but that will keep building. So that 314 in less than a month now, that will be 400. In 20 odd days, that 400 will be 500. So by the end of the year, I'll have 500 drip if I do nothing else and don't have any more, add any more in. But at $4, I'm really tempted. But yeah, I mean, it's just building. So yeah, it's using these tokens to, well, as you see fit. I mean, you can do whatever you want. All these farms, the drip, faucet, everything. You can do whatever you want to do. Make this work for however you want to work it. GC, how do you see the farm growing? To what TVL do you reckon? Oh, there's a question, isn't it? Well, so we've gone from 48 to 129 in 4 days. Where could it go? I mean, again, I know Forex has said several times he's looking, or he wants to take over Pancake Swap. We all got excited when we got to 500 million the other day, but we got excited, but I don't think anyone was really. Is anyone really surprised? Yeah, I think, okay, it's fair to say probably people were surprised, maybe that quick, but I don't think people are surprised if this gets to 500 million, a billion. There's even people thinking this to get to a billion quite easily. It's just going to take time. The ads start today. The ads have gone on today, so that's one of the messages from Forex. The ads have gone on today on Dex Tools, and we're trending already. So that's really, really good. We've got another AMA tomorrow, and I know there's more YouTube stuff or YouTube videos. He's got an interview on YouTube. Don't know who with yet. He said a major YouTuber. I'm still waiting for the call. But yeah, it's a billion. I mean, drip taping. He's put on here. Yeah, billion easy. I don't think any. As I say, we were excited when we got to 500 million, but nobody was surprised. If we get to 1 billion, what will that mean for drip? Well, again, so if you think about it, what we've just been talking about, so the TVL is 1 billion. You've got all these transactions that are taking place in the farms and the animal farm. All those fees are being paid. But that's going to start paying people in the pig pen and the dog pound and all the other. So that's really, really good. But let's go back to the farms here. This farm here in particular, which is the most attractive farm for earning dogs, all the fees that are paid in this farm, so you got a 1% fee to get in and a 2% fee to get out. All those fees are going to be used to basically go into the drip tax vault. So the drip goes straight into the tax vault. The BUSD is being used to buy drip, and that drip will go to the tax vault. Part of the problem that drip's had over the last 6 months or so, one is there's been very little to do. You can't do much with it other than hold it or stick it in the faucet or sell it. That was basically it. The other problem has been the fact that because there's been no money coming in any other than the basic fees within drip, they've had the system's built to mint drip to make sure there's money there to pay rewards. There's been minted drip, and that's obviously meant there's more drip out there. More drip out there means the price tends to go down. Since we've launched the farm, we've not minted one drip. That stopped because all these fees have started to replace that. So again, over time, the hope is obviously that this is going to start impacting the price in a positive way. I mean, to what extent, no one really knows. But the price should start going up. So to answer your question, what would that do, or would it mean for the price of drip? It should help the price go up. That's the thought process behind the whole thing. This whole thing has been built to try and help drip. That's, well, not just to help drip, obviously, it's to help people earn money as well. But it's the whole thing has been brought out to try and help drip. So yeah, it should help the price. So that's the idea behind it. So I hope that answers that question. Scratches will have anything to do with Chainlink and the Denver, Colorado lottery system. Before Chainlink and Drip partner up, I want to say last year Chainlink made a partnership with Denver, Colorado for their lottery system. Now Drip partner with Chainlink. I was wondering if Scratches will have anything to do with Chainlink and the Denver, Colorado lottery system. I've not heard anything mentioned of the Denver, Colorado lottery system. All I've heard is that they were looking at partnering up with Chainlink to utilize their systems. I may be wrong there, so don't quote me on that. I've just not heard about the Denver, Colorado lottery system. Never heard of that before, so I don't think that was anything to do with it. But again, I stand corrected if I'm wrong. So where are we? Talked about the pig pen. We've talked about piggy bank. Mentioned the drip garden. Again, let's get Telegram up again. Okay, there was an update from. I just hope Telegram stays open because I know there have been problems with Telegram. Fingers crossed. There we go. So we got Telegram on screen here. Let's move that a little bit so you can see. So again, announcement for Forex earlier on today. Ads working already. Dogs is trending for the first time on Dex Tools. Beautiful. Well, I mean, the fact that the ads are there are great. We'll maybe have a look in a sec, see if we can see them. But yeah, the ads are up, and we're trending already. So that's got to be a good thing, and will bring me to buy my dogs pretty quickly before the price starts to go up. But we'll get to that in a second as well. What else did he say? Daily drip injections. So again, the drip injections are happening. So again, going back to the price of drip, the injections happening into the tax vault. Going back to what I was saying earlier, we're not minting any drip. That's good. So all the time people are buying drip and putting it into the faucet, it's taken out of circulation. That's going to start helping the price. That's the thought process anyway. Big Telegram on big Telegram AMA tomorrow. So yeah, again, and that's another thing. Just want to say as well. I've been in crypto for about a year, different bits and bobs. I've experimented with things. I've experimented with a few DeFi projects. I've never come across anything like this. This is probably about most confident I've felt about any project. And again, remember, this is just my opinion. This I've got nothing to base this on other than my own experience. But yeah, this is about as confident as I've ever felt about any project. I've been in projects before where you get the usual, all the hype, and you go and buy your token, and the price doubles, and you think, oh, here we go, I can make a few quid here, and 2 days later it's gone, and you've lost everything. Which is again partly why I'm a little dripper and I don't chuck huge amounts of money in. I'm a little bit cautious, well, quite a bit cautious, I'll be honest, about some of this stuff. But this is about as confident as I felt, and this sort of brings me to what I was going to say. I don't think I've ever heard any developer or anybody involved in a project one on as many AMAs, YouTube, Telegram, Twitter, whatever, Twitter Spaces. I've never heard anyone on as many and as open, and again, from my own opinion, as honest, just telling you what's happening. I know people have been frustrated a couple of times where with communication and particularly around the launch and people weren't sure what was happening. I get that. But the mere fact that the guy puts himself out there day in, day out, week in, week out, and he's done that for months. He hasn't had to do that. But that really fills me with a huge amount of confidence in this system, that it isn't going to be rug pulls, it's not going to be a pump and dump. He's said all along, this is not planned to be a pump and dump. This is a long-term play. And you've got so much that he's planned already to come out in the next 6-12 months. So, going back to what he said here, you've got a Telegram AMA tomorrow. So, that's a Sunday. There'll still be a Sunday in the States, won't it? Yes, that's a Sunday. So, he's doing that on a Sunday. Do you have to do that? You don't have to do anything on a Sunday. Well, Sunday is a day of rest, is it not? But anyway, he's doing that on a Sunday. We've got anyone a YouTube announcement? Not funny. Anyway, yeah. So he said that there's going to be an announcement about a big interview with a major YouTuber. As I said, I'm still waiting for the phone call, but it won't be Little Dripper. There'll be somebody big, don't know who. We've been waiting. Oh, that's right. You mentioned it on the AMA the other night that there's a big YouTuber that they did. Well, there's a few YouTubers they're doing interviews with because they've been waiting for the launch. So once things have launched, then these guys are going to start getting interested again. Now, again, this is the point. He's putting himself out there. He's explaining everything that's going on, and what he's explaining that's going on is happening. Okay, we launched a couple of weeks later than we were intending. But we've launched. We're 4 days in. The TVL's gone up by 100 best part of 200%, and that's in 4 days. He's been telling us all along. This is what's going to happen, and it is. Obviously, no one can predict what happens with this. No one can predict what money gets weighed in. No one can predict whether the prices are going to go up, whether they're going to go down, or whatever. But it just fills me with a lot of confidence. So yeah, I mean, I was talking with Drip Tapian earlier at the football. I don't know if you've seen his video. If you haven't seen his video, or you probably have, but if you haven't seen his video, which he did on Friday, I think it was, about getting out the banks, go and watch it because it's well worth a watch anyway. I love watching me rants a little bit, but he's right. Trying to get your money at the bank sometimes is a flipping nightmare. But yeah, so I'll get back to my point. Sorry, I'm rambling again. So I was saying to him earlier about the fact that interest rates in UK banks, even though rates are watch my microphone, even though the rates are probably the highest they've been for 15 years or so, 20 years, they're still rubbish. If you're trying to save money, they're awful. And he did tell me about a figure. I think it was, he said, I don't actually know. I'm not going to say the amount he's got in the bank because that's not fair. But he was earning 66 pence interest from a decent chunk, and that's, well, I mean, interest wise, that's embarrassing. So you think about going back to my pig pen, $2.77 now, plus my pig. So I've got 0.01 of a pig. So let's call that, I don't know, $4 that I've earned in 4 days off 370 quid. You ain't going to get that in the Bradford and Bingley. The Bradford and Bingley even exist anymore? They still about? Oh, I don't know. Bradford and Bingley were a building society in the UK. I don't know if it's still around. Anyway, point I'm trying to make is my bank. My bank, obviously most banks have got cash ISAs. Again, if you're from the States, to explain, an ISA is a savings account that you can put money into and you don't get taxed on your interest, because in this country, probably the same over there, you earn interest in your bank account, you get taxed on it. You get taxed on flipping everything. So anyway, the interest that you're getting is terrible. So you've got, I don't know, the cash ISA was paying me 0.2%. 0.2% a year, not a day, a year. This is only $4 in 4 days. Something. What's? No idea what that is. Try and work it out. Hang on a minute. So 300. Give me a second while I work it out. So that's 1.08% in 4 days. I'm not going to even attempt to work that out over the year. Well, I will if I get a chance. A bit of time, but yeah, it's a lot more than 0.2. You know, you're talking at least 100%. So yeah, and that's the point. So this is one thing. This is why I'm now thinking money that I have got in the bank. I've been very wary about throwing into crypto because you do hear stories about crypto disappearing and is it all going to just is it all going to just crash? Well, I don't think it's going to crash. That again, my opinion, but I just don't think it's going to crash. And I don't think this system is going nowhere. It's here to stay. So I'm probably more confident than I think I've ever been about putting money into a system. And the fact that you do hear from Forex all the time, day in, day out, week in, week out, he puts himself out there. Again, this is just me. This is what I'm doing, but I'm going to be DCAing into bits and bobs in here as much as I possibly can. Which brings me on to my next point. So I'm going to buy some dogs. I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to do it on camera so you can watch me do it. If I do actually do it. And I'm going to stick it in the dog pound. So I'm going to do that in a sec. I'm just going to go and grab another quick beer. And then I will get straight on. I'll leave the music playing. But I will get straight on to buy some dogs. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Hey, we're back. We're back. So I'm going to turn that music off for a bit. Okay, there we go. Lost it. There we go. Right. The important bit. I've got money now. So let's get some dogs, and then I've got a question which someone asked me in one of my YouTube video, or on one of my videos. I'm going to try and answer as best I can. But let's get without further ado, let's go and get some dogs. So I've never done this before. This is my first time. I've had a quick look and fairly. I don't know how this is work. So I'm clicking the button to buy dogs. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Right, so $30. I will get 4.2187 dogs for that. Slippage. Leave it at 1%. Price isn't really moving a huge amount. Let's leave it at 1%, see what happens. So I'm going to click swap. Confirm in my MetaMask wallet. See what happens. So I'm not doing this on screen because obviously I don't want people to see my wallet. Say when I bought it. Right, well, it's taking me BUSD, so that's a good start. I entertain. Got everything back on. Back in the game. Show you my screen in just a moment. Excellent. Okay, so I now have wallet again. Oh, click happy. There we go. Right, I now have 4.218706.5 in dogs. So that worked. So that was good. So let me put my screen back up. There we go. Right. Now put that into the dog pound. So what I want to do is I'm going to put it straight into the auto compounding pool. Because the auto compounding pool, basically what that does is it pays you BNB, and that BNB automatically is paired up into the farm for you. So it does it automatically for you. You won't see it in the farm. It automatically pairs it up and it earns you pigs. So beauty with that is I'll be earning pigs. I've still got my dogs. I'm not selling anything. I'm just earning an income from these. And those pigs I can then claim and put into the pig pen, and that earns me BUSD. So I'm effectively getting 2 assets for the price of one. Well, 3 assets for the price of 1. I mean, how good is that? So I'm now. Let me put this into the dog pound. So I want to pop it into the auto compound. Take the auto compound in. Dogs 4.218. Max. Approve dogs. You have to do that every time when you want to approve anything. 7p to approve. Going on. Flipping heck. Scandalous. Dobby, nice to see you. Thanks for joining again. What do you think about the supplements Forex Shark was talking about? Come back to that. Come back to that in a second, mate. There we go. Dog successful. Now I can stake. Make dog successful. There we go. So I've bought 4.218 dogs. Stake them in the auto compounding pool. Go to the dog pen. It might take a while to show actually. But we'll come out and go back in. Oh, there we go. Straight in. I'm in straight away. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Check. Really loud. Oh, it's not too. I'm just interested to see what that's going to be like tomorrow, and then obviously day in day out. So that was good. So I'm in the dog pound now. So again, just to recap, so those dogs will earn me BNB. The BNB is then taken away. So it's all done in the background. I don't need to do anything. Auto compounding, so it does it for you. The BNB is taken away. It's split, paired up with dogs, so that it goes into the dogs BNB farm. Effectively, this one. It won't appear in here because again, you know, that will only show what you've actually staked yourself. It's just done in the background. So, but in essence, it's staked into the farm. This farm earns me pigs. So my dog pound is now sat there effectively earning me pigs. And those pigs, when they're claimable, I can claim them. I think he said it's every 24 hours for it to earn your BNB, 48 hours to earn pigs. I'm pretty sure that was right. Might be wrong. But yeah. I'll keep checking on that. But yeah, so it's I've still got my dogs. It's earning me pigs, and then the pigs will obviously earn me more pigs and BUSD. So I'm getting 3 assets for the price of 1. How good is that? I mean, where else can you get that? 3 for the price of 1. Brilliant. Get it in beer. Another tip from Little Dripper: don't buy cryptocurrency when you have beers. Was it Dobby came up the other day? We're a puddle of drippers, little drippers. We're a puddle of drippers. So anyway, that's good. I'm in the dog pound, and we'll just see how that grows. And again, my plan, not really planning on doing anything with this other than just building it up. But yeah, if I want to take the dogs out, I can on stake. So you can take them out if you want to. But remember, with your dogs, so I now have a 90% tax. If I took those out tomorrow, I'd pay a 90% tax. So again, just for me, that makes no sense to do that, obviously. I know Forex is on about if the price goes ridiculously high, some people might do, which is fair enough. But yeah, we're reducing 1% per day. So in 3 months' time, I can take it all out whenever I want to, with just paying the usual taxes. We didn't hear that. That was a bit of a little drip of burpee. So yeah, but I can take it out if I want to, but you know, it's just I've got taxes to pay, or not, I've got high taxes to pay if I wanted to take it out straight away. But that's this vesting process, which isn't a vesting process, but in effect is a vesting process, because you know the tax is encouraging you to keep the funds in there. But that will just do its thing for me now. It will just sit there and do its thing. So I'm going to leave that there. So what do you think about the supplements Forex chart was talking about? I'm guessing, Bobby, you mean I made a note of him here. Just give me a second. So again, this was in the AMA last night. He was talking about fiat on ramping again, which we've heard about before. He's now talking that what 2 to 3 weeks, and it's all going to be basically paid for by funds that are coming from Animal Farm. You know, because there's fees you have to pay to set all this up. It's been approved. It's just a case of getting it all set up now. So he's talking 2 to 3 weeks. That's the first thing he was on about. And again, the thing to remember with that, fiat on ramping, again, just to be clear for people that don't know what that means you can buy all these tokens just by using your card. So, I mean, to buy dogs, I've had to go to my central exchange, buy BUSD, transfer the BUSD into the wallet. It's doable. It's just a bit of a faff. But this just means that when you click that button to buy dogs, it will just say, you know, pay with your credit card if that's what you want to do. Pay with your bank card. You know, it just makes life so much easier. So that's coming in 2 to 3 weeks. So that's the first thing that he was on about. What else did he mention? They're looking to work with a big PR firm, so that's coming up. They've already had meetings, and that's coming together. So that's going to start pushing drip, Animal Farm, the whole system. He's looking at a new product to focus on health and cognitive ability. I'm not quite sure what he means by that, because he didn't really give too much details on that, did he? But again, just sounds interesting. Anything 4X is basically into has got to be good. And the guy's a flipping genius. And obviously he was talking about the fact that we haven't minted one drip since we launched. So we've got the fiat on ramping. There's the new drip UI, which I know he wants out before the end of the year. We've got Dogs Roulette game. Again, I'm not seeing too much about how that's actually going to work, but again, that's all about people using dogs and basically winning prizes. You pay an entry fee, you win your prizes, spin a wheel. So that's all about utilization for dogs, isn't it? You've got the Dogs of Fortune game, which I know he's looking to push out as well, and then you've got Scratchy. And Scratchy, I think, the last I heard, he was talking about Scratchy probably the turn of the year rather than before the end of the year. I might be wrong with that, but I'm sure that's what I'd heard. But either way, Scratchy, when that comes, that's going to be huge. Anyone who knows anything about lotteries, the numbers that go through purchases of lottery tickets, whether it be in the UK, whether it be in US, China, wherever. I mean, you're talking ridiculous amounts of money. And again, people are using drip, drip. They're using pigs, dogs, whatever, to buy these tokens. It's just going to be huge. So all that's coming. So I can't see. I just cannot see that it won't impact the price. So we'll wait and see. But this gets me to drip. So there's been a lot of people talking about drip over the last couple of days because drip has taken a hit in the price. I am going to hydrate tonight. I want to get above 3 before I hydrate. Really, I don't know why. I don't know why really, but I just like it to get above 3. So yeah, the thing to think about drip. Again, he said all along, this is not about pump and dump. This was never going to cause an immediate impact on the drip price, and that's what I really want everyone to try to remember. Again, remember, this is just me, my own opinion, my own thoughts. I'm not a financial advisor. I keep saying that, but this was never going to be an immediate impact on the drip price. It's going to take time. So all these transactions that are taking place through the Animal Farm, all the different farms, all the different pools, all these fees that people are paying, all these things that are happening, it's going to take time. And I'm pretty sure it will have an impact on the drip price. I'm pretty sure that it will. Again, what do I know? But that's what I think. But it's not going to have an impact like that. It will take time. These things take time to feed through to the wallets. They've got to then sort of emissions are then going to be paid out. The taxes are all going to send the tax vault. It's all going to take time. So I'm just sitting back and accruing what I can, and I really hope that people don't sort of focus just on price. What they think about is what this might be in 2, 3, 4, 6 months' time, when it's had time for all of this to start playing through the system. We always talk about thinking about value going forward, and that's what I'm focusing on. It's not the price right now. The price, I've said before, and I'll say it again, price is only relevant if you're going to sell or you're going to buy. It's not relevant any of the time. Just holding it means nothing. And you lose money if the price is down and you sold. If the price is down and you haven't sold anything, you haven't lost anything. It's just sitting it out. But the beauty with this is compounding, and your balance is going up and up and up. So I've put about $700 into drip in total, and my balance is 1318 as we stand right now, and that's even with the price down. You know, you think where we were with the all-time high back in January, February. Yeah, we're way down from there, and I'm still up. So, you know, that's the important thing I think that everyone needs to remember. Excuse me, sorry, popping up my bit. So yeah, so just there's been a lot of chat on Telegram over the last couple of weeks. Sorry, the last couple of days. Sorry, about what's happened with the drip price. When's it going to go up? When why is the drip price going down? Yeah, got to remember people have been holding drip, and they've been selling drip to get into the farms. These first few days have been a bit chaotic, haven't they? With all the money that's been weighed in, and it's got to come from somewhere, and a lot of it's come from drip because they had nothing else to do. So now they've got things to do with drip. They're selling it and sticking it in the farm. So when things settle down, I really do think, again, just my opinion, but I really do think that the drip price will start to go back up again. And that's what we all want, isn't it? Let's be honest. So leads me to the last thing I wanted to go through, really, which was I had a question. So I'm at 440 subscribers. So thank you very much to every single one of you that subscribed. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed, or you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It really does help to get the video out there. It really does help to get the message out there, and helps drip ultimately, because if the more that people are talking about it, the more eyes get on it, the more people might want to invest in, and that helps the price. So subscribing, liking really does help. And again, there's something called an algorithm, which I haven't got a clue what that is, but it helps that, and it sounds really important, doesn't it? So let's assume it is. So hit like and subscribe. Anyway, so on my last video, which again I apologize because the sound quality was bloody awful. To do with this software, I will say before I get into this though, this software I've used, which some of you probably heard of, it's called Streamlabs, which is brilliant. Don't get me wrong, I'm not slating it. It's absolutely fantastic. But the setting up audio is a bit nightmare. You set up your microphone, and then if you want to play stuff off your desktop, you click in the settings, and there's a little thing that says desktop audio. So Logic would tell you, click on that, put that to the max or wherever you want it to be, and that will play. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. And no one tells you that. So I spent the last 3 or 4 days going through, I don't know how many web pages and YouTube videos, trying to work out how to settle it. So anyway, I've spent a bit of time, so hopefully the sound's been much better. I'm fairly confident the sound's better, he says. But anyway, I'm rambling again, aren't I? So on this this last video, I'm going to pause. Barry Wass, whoever Barry Wass is, but welcome Barry Wass. Even a little dripper. I'd love to see demonstrate how to use Animal Farm. For example, I want to buy dogs with my drip BUSD from the drip garden, but not confident in doing this action the right way. I've scored YouTube to no avail. Can you help me? Can you help not just me, but others, which I'm sure are struggling with these problems? Cheers, Bazza. Cheers, Bazza. I'll help you in a sec, as much as I can. So, I did go back to him because I wasn't sure whether he meant buy dogs or whether he meant farm dogs. But it seems it's toying with buying, so we'll talk about that. Any black labs? Nissan Dory. Any black labs? Any black labs? I missed something. Black labs? Not sure. Anyway, I don't quite know what that means. I'm probably missing something. So I can't demonstrate it because at the moment I don't really want to take anything out of my garden. I'm gonna actually that got to 20,000 yet? Yeah, there we go. So I can plant the seed. Let me do that again. Take a screen. Done. Right, so while that's doing its thing, so I don't really want to take anything out of my garden at the moment. I will be, like I said earlier, but yeah, only for a couple of days. A couple of days here and there to add to my drip faucet. But again, just to explain how it works. So you get your LP that builds up. You can plant your seeds, which means you compound it. So I'm just under 700,000 now. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? I'm going to be, yeah. Maybe I should have hung on another half hour. Anyway, never mind. Where was I? So you can plant your seeds, which compounds, or you can sell the seeds. And if you sell them, it means that you take your drip BUSD LP tokens, your liquidity tokens, you take them out, and you can do what you want with those. You can just sit and hold on to them if you want to. But if you're talking about buying, Barry, then the only way that you can use those LP tokens to buy dogs is you'd need to go to Pancake Swap. Again, to get my, I made this myself, by the way. Right in it, not bad for a 53-year-old. Pancake recipe. Type. Right, so you need to go to Pancake Swap, and if you go to trade, this option here, this is where you can normally buy tokens, obviously, so you can swap your tokens. This option here, liquidity, this is where you can, again, if you I haven't got any liquidity tokens, I haven't taken any out, but if you had liquidity tokens, you can add liquidity or you can remove liquidity, whichever you want to do. If you remove liquidity, it will just split those tokens apart, so you will then be left with drip and a BUSD. So you'll have two entries in your wallet. If you want to then go and buy dogs, you go back to the farm. So you click this option here to buy dogs, obviously. To the best of my knowledge, you cannot use drip to buy dogs. You would then have to, again on Pancake Swap or on the native DEX tool here, you'd have to sell your drip for BUSD, and then you use the BUSD to buy dogs. I'm not aware that you can buy dogs with drip. Obviously, the BUSD half, you can use that to buy dogs, but you can't use drip to buy dogs. Again, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that's something you can do. So if you actually want to take your LP tokens out and buy dogs with it, you need to go to Pancake Swap. As I said, you need to remove your liquidity. You then need to take the drip half of it and sell the drip for BUSD. And then you'd have, obviously, all the BUSD, which you can then use, go into the animal farm and buy dogs, which if you weren't watching all the video, you can watch me do. I bought some about, I don't know what, 10, 20 minutes ago. And it'll be on camera, so you can watch how that works. That's how you buy. That's how you buy dogs with the tokens or the LP tokens. However, a much easier way of getting dogs would be to take out sell your seeds. Whether you do that, 1 day a week, 2 days a week, 7 days a week, whatever you want to do, sell your seeds. The seeds will then, obviously, the LP tokens will appear in your wallet, exactly the same as before. What you could do is go to the farms. And you've got the drip BUSD farm here. So that's the LP tokens. That's what I'm going to be doing. My plan is to, as I said a bit earlier on, 5 days a week I'm going to compound, and 2 days I'm going to take out the drip BUSD, and I'm going to potentially add into the farm, drip BUSD farm, because that then earns you dogs. So you could buy dogs, which I think is what you were asking me. But if that's not if that's not what you're asking me, or you decide that's not really what you want to do, you can farm dogs. So this will earn you dogs over time. The beauty with this is you still keep your drip BUSD LPs, so you still got those, and you're getting dogs. Obviously, it just takes that a little bit longer to get the number of dogs that maybe you want. I don't know. Yeah, it's just something to consider, whether you want to buy, whether you want to farm. That's how you can do it. And obviously, it's up to you which you think is the most appropriate for you. So there we go. I've answered that. Well, I think I've answered that question. Again, I'll let you know in the comments here. I'm not sure whether you're watching, Barry, but if you're not, I'll let you know in the comments that I've answered it, so you can watch it back. We talked through quite a lot, haven't we? So again, I apologise. I've not really involved you guys a lot in the chat. Dobby, do you personally use a cold wallet with your drip? I use MetaMask. I haven't got a hard wallet. I just use MetaMask on my screen at the moment. Again, hard wallet maybe going forward. I don't know. So there we go. There's been a lot to talk about. There's lots coming up. We've got AMA tomorrow from the sounds of it. I might even stream the AMA. I'm not sure. I know Driptopian always streams these things. I feel sorry for the guy really because he never seems to have a break. So what I might start doing as well. I'm not trying to sort of steal his thunder or anything, but I might stream a few. So that way, he hasn't got to feel like he's got to do it all himself. And if anything ever doesn't work, someone else is doing it, and I can have a backup copy. Yes, I might start doing that. So we've got the AMA coming up. We've got these interviews with the YouTubers. Still waiting for the phone call, Forex. We've got the interview with the YouTubers. We've got the marketing that's really being ramped up. We're at ads on Deck Tools. We're trending on Deck Tools already. It's just going to get bigger. These farms are. I think I think it was a fantastic launch. A couple of glitches, which is going to happen. You're going to get the odd bits and pieces. And all people have got to remember is just be patient. Just be patient, and things will get sorted, and things will come to fruition. That sounds really, really intense, doesn't it? And I don't mean it to. But just bear with things. Give people time. Let them know if you find a problem with someone, go on Telegram again. Again, I'll show you again at the bottom. A long way down, isn't it? So go on Telegram, go on Discord, go on Twitter. Let people know, and they will fix things. Telegram is really, really good. People are so helpful in Telegram. You can ask questions, and they will help as much as they can. And Forex is in Telegram a lot. So don't be frightened to ask questions. There's no daft question. I ask loads of daft questions all the time. So yeah, just keep your patience. Give it time. Let this system do its thing. Because again, as I said before, we're 4 days. That's it. 4 days. We aren't even a week in. We've almost lasted as long as our Prime Minister. Which I still can't believe is what a farce all that is. So yeah, we've almost lasted as long as our Prime Minister. 4 days is nothing. Give it time, and it will. I'm sure it will come to fruition. Again, remember, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a bloke like San Miguel talking on YouTube and showing you what I'm doing. Make sure you do your own research. If you are in the farms, I wish everybody well. I hope it all works. As I say, it's doing its thing. It's just ticking over. And Pigpen. And if you watched me on Tuesday, I was fascinated by my Pigpen, and that's just going up. And that's free money. I've still got my pigs. That's good. They're going up as well. And this is just free money for doing nothing, for sitting at a screen and clicking a button. I know it's not life-changing money right now, but you give it time, and I'm really interested to see where this goes. And again, as I said before, my plan right now is to top up my pigs at the BUSD, either for gas or maybe to buy some drip to top up my faucet. But it all works together. It all works in conjunction with each other. So there we go. Where are we? I've been waffling on for an hour and 20 minutes. Thanks so much for the people that have joined. I'm going to wrap it up now, so I can go and have something to eat. And I hope the audio has been better for everybody. I hope it has been a bit more, I won't say slick. I haven't quite worked out all the games and everything yet that other people do, but I'll work that out. And yeah, have a great Saturday evening, everybody. And I will see you all again soon. So take care. Cheers. Happy birthday to my dad. And I'll see you soon. Take it easy.